So in last lecture, we have seen the operation of single phase half controlled fed rectifier fed DC separately excited motor drive. Okay. Uh, we have seen the operation in continuous as well as in discontinuous mode of conduction. We have derived the equation of critical speed. Okay. And if the actual speed is above the critical speed, then it is a discontinuous mode of conduction. And if it is lower than the critical speed, then it is a continuous mode of conduction. Okay. The next two drives are, okay, two remaining drives are, one is three phase, third drive, three phase fully controlled rectifier control of DC separately excited motor. Okay, this is the third drive. Okay, we know the equation of voltage for three phase fully controlled rectifier VA. Okay, remember the three phase fully controlled rectifier or three phase half controlled rectifier, they only operate in continuous mode of conduction. We have to consider here that the load inductance is sufficient to maintain the operation in continuous mode of conduction. So we have to see the equation. We have to use the equation of voltage in continuous mode of conduction. We know the equation of voltage for three phase fully controlled rectifier is Va is equal to 3 Vm by pi into cos alpha. Okay, this is the DC voltage equation, okay, of this drive. You have already studied this equation in power electronics. Okay, if the question uh, comes like that, okay, explain the three phase fully controlled rectifier drive, then you have to draw. Okay, first step you have to follow is the draw the circuit diagram and waveform. Okay, waveform for maybe, okay, one of the waveform, maybe for alpha equal to 0 degree or alpha equal to 30 degree. Okay, any one waveform. Then you have to explain, okay, explain the operation. Okay, means what, how drive operates or how rectifier operates. Explain the operation of rectifier. Okay, means which when will be turned on, which switch is going to be turned off. Okay, that is, okay. Then you have to write the voltage equation. Okay, third step, okay, write voltage and speed equations. Okay, only these steps you have to follow for any type of drive. Okay, no need to remember the current equations. Okay, so this is the voltage equation for three phase fully controlled rectifier. So the speed equation Vm omega m is equal to Va by k minus Ra by k square into t. Okay, instead of Va we can use the equation number 1. Okay, so the speed will be equal to 3 Vm by pi k into cos alpha. Okay, instead of V I return 3 Vm by pi into cos alpha. Okay, it is divided by k minus the second term remains same, Ra by k square into t. Okay, this is the speed equation. Again, the drive is fed by the three phase fully controlled rectifier. Means what, it has 6 thyristors. It has 6 thyristors and no diodes. No diodes means what? Means it can operate in 2 quadrants. Which 2 quadrants? First and fourth. Okay, first and fourth, because voltage can be made positive or negative, but current cannot. So the characteristics will be look like this. Okay, this is for alpha equal to 0 degree. Then as we increase the value of alpha, we will get the forms, sorry, we will get the graphs like this. Okay, the y-axis is speed, the x-axis is torque, and this is the direction of alpha increasing. Okay, such type of graphs we will get. Okay, and last drive, okay, the fourth drive is the 3-phase half controlled rectifier control of DC separately excited motor. Okay, this is the last drive fed by the rectifiers. The voltage equation for this drive is VA is equal to 3 Vm by 2 pi into 1 plus cos alpha. And when we put this voltage equation in the speed, we will get the speed equation as omega m is equal to 3 Vm by 2 pi k into 1 plus cos alpha minus RA by k square into t. Okay, these are the speed and voltage equations. Okay, again we have to only consider it is operating in continuous mode of conduction. Continuous mode. Okay, so this is the theory about rectifier controlled drives. Okay, we will now see the problem on single phase half controlled drive. काय डाउट्स असतील तर विचारा. Okay, this is the problem. A 220 volt 960 rpm 12.8 ampere separately excited motor. Okay, these are the ratings of motor, so rated conditions. Excited DC motor has armature resistance and inductance of 2 ohm and 150 millihenry respectively. It is fed from a single phase half controlled rectifier with an AC source voltage of 230 volt 50 hertz. Okay, calculate motor torque. Okay, we have to calculate motor torque in first case for given alpha equal to 60 degree and for a speed of 600 rpm. Okay, obviously we have to calculate critical speed and to identify whether the machine is operating continuous or discontinuous, and we will go for further calculations if it is operating in continuous mode of operation. In second case, we have to calculate motor speed for this alpha and given torque T is equal to this. Okay, now we will solve. The rated conditions are, okay, I will write down the rated conditions. What are the electrical conditions? VA is equal to 220 volt. N VAR is equal to 220 volt. NR is equal to 960 RPM, means omega MR is equal to 2 pi by 60 into 960 RPM, okay, is equal to 6 1 za 6 16 za 32 pi. Okay. Then they have given the rated current IAR is equal to 12.8 ampere. Again, armature resistance RA is 2 ohm and inductance LA is equal to 150 millihenry. Okay. And the drive is single phase half controlled rectifier fed DC separately excited motor. Okay. Now we will solve. First, you have to remember what is the critical speed equation. Okay. The critical speed for above drive. Above means which? Single phase half controlled rectifier fed DC separately excited motor. Omega MC is equal to RA VM by KZ into sin phi into e raised to minus alpha cot phi minus sin alpha minus phi into e raised to minus pi cot phi divided by 1 minus e raised to minus pi cot phi. Okay, this is the equation of critical speed. Okay. One by one, you have to find out the values. Okay. So here array they have given, which is equal to 2 ohm. Then VM is equal to, okay, they are given the RMS value of AC source voltage 230 volt, which has a frequency of 50 hertz. Okay, means VM is equal to root 2 into Vs is equal to root 2 into 230. Okay. Now we have VM. Again, Z is equal to square root of RA square plus XA square is equal to, okay, we have to find out first XA. XA is equal to 2 pi f LA is equal to 2 pi f is equal to 50 into LA. They have given 150 millihenry, means 150 into 10 raised to minus 3, which is equal to 100 pi into 150 into 10 raised to minus 3. Okay, these two zeros, this 1 0 and this 10 raised to minus 3 will cancel out, and you will get XA is equal to 15 pi. The 15 into pi is equal to 47.12 is equal to 47.12 ohm. So Z is equal to square root of RA is equal to 2 ohm, 2 square plus XA is equal to 47.12 square. Okay, when you solve it, you'll get the value equal to 47.17 ohm. Okay, this is the value of Z. Now we have to calculate K, constant K. The back EMF equation, we know that E is equal to K phi omega m. Okay, that is ER is equal to KE phi R omega m R. Okay, but the motor is separately excited DC motor. Okay, for separately excited DC motor, phi is constant. Okay, therefore ER is equal to, okay, phi is constant. Okay, when you are changing the voltage of armature. Okay, means what? This is the condition for armature voltage control. Okay, we are connecting the rectifiers to armature circuit. Means what? We are changing the voltage of armature only. Okay, so we are dealing with armature voltage control method, and for that phi is maintained constant. So ER is equal to, instead of K phi R, we can write K into omega mr. Okay, therefore K is equal to ER by omega mr. Okay, we know the value of omega mr. Okay, we have to find out ER. Since ER is equal to VAR minus IAR into RA. Okay, VAR they are given equal to 220 minus IAR they are given 12.8 into RA they have given equal to 2. Okay, so ER is equal to 12.8 into 2, 25.6. Okay, 220 minus 25.6 is equal to 194.4 volts. Okay, now we have ER, we can calculate K. Therefore K is equal to, ER is equal to 194.4 divided by omega mr. We have calculated, I think it is equal to 32 pi. 32 pi is equal to, divided by 32 divided by pi, 1.9337, 1.9337. Okay, now we have the value of K. So by putting all these values, we can calculate omega mc. Okay, okay, we have calculated RA. Okay, RA is given, we have calculated VM, we have calculated K, we have calculated impedance Z. Okay, then alpha is given. Okay, alpha is given. Okay, phi is remain. Okay, phi has to be calculated. phi is equal to tan inverse of XA by RA, okay, which is equal to tan inverse of XA is equal to, we have calculated XA is equal to 47.12 divided by RA, they have given equal to 2, okay, and it will give the value equal to 87.57 degree, okay. So phi is, we have calculated. The only tough part, okay, in such a problem is to remember this equation. Remember the equation of critical speed. Okay, all of the calculations are very simple. So alpha they have given, okay, you can, okay, observe, okay, here in first problem also and in second problem also the same alpha is given, alpha equal to 60 degree. Okay, you have to put alpha equal to 60 degree there. So alpha equal to 60 degree, phi we have calculated equal to 87.57, okay. So put all these values here, okay, here, okay, when there is a calculation of sine phi or cot phi or sine alpha minus phi, okay, here is also cot phi, here is also cot phi, angle should be in degrees, okay, you have to use the angle in degrees, okay, but pi, okay, instead of pi, okay, you can take the values equal to 3.142, okay, or directly pi, okay. Remember, okay, the setting of the calculated must be for degree, not for radian. So by putting all these values, omega m and solve for omega mc will be evolved equal to 77.76 radian per second, okay, that is nc is equal to, when we multiplied this omega mc by 60 by 2 pi, we will get the value equal to 742.54 rpm, okay. So now we will proceed to solve the first part. In first part, okay, they have asked to calculate motor torque. What is the value of T? T1 is equal to what? If alpha is equal to 60 degree and alpha 1, I will write here, alpha 1 equal to 60 degree and speed n1 is equal to 600 rpm. Okay, first we have to identify whether it is a continuous or discontinuous mode of conduction. Since n1 is less than nc, okay, means what? It is a continuous mode of conduction, continuous mode operation, okay. So we can proceed for calculations. They have asked to calculate torque, okay. We know that the torque T1 is equal to K into IA1, okay. We know that T1 is equal to actually Ke phi IA1, but as phi is constant, so this equation becomes equal to K1 into IA1, okay, sorry, K into IA1, K into IA1, okay. So this equation I have written here. So I have to calculate it first IA1 because K is, we have already calculated, okay. K is was equal to I think 1.9337, okay, where K is equal to, I will write here, K is equal to 1.9337. So IA1 has to be calculated. For calculation of IA1 we can use the voltage equation or current equation, IA1 is equal to VA1 minus E1 by E1 by RA. Okay, RA they are given equal to 2 ohm. We have to calculate VA1 E1. Okay, then we can calculate I1. For calculation of VA1, we can use the voltage equation for single phase half control rectifier. VA1 is equal to VM by pi into 1 plus cos alpha 1. You have to remember this equation is equal to VM is equal to root 2 into 230 divided by pi into 1 plus cos of alpha 1 equal to 60 degree. Okay, when you solve this, you will get VA1 is equal to 155.3 volts. Once you have calculated VA1, now we have to calculate E1. Okay, only then we can go for calculation of IA1. So for that you have to use the ratio. Since E1 is equal to K omega M1, okay, and ER was equal to K into omega MR. Okay, therefore E1 by ER is equal to omega M1 by omega MR. Okay, or we can write here as N1 by NR. E1 is unknown. ER we have calculated was equal to 194.4 is equal to N1 they have given equal to 600 RPM, and NR, okay, it is also given which is 960 RPM. Okay, therefore E1 is equal to 600 into 194.4 divided by 960. Okay, and it is equal to 121.5 volts. Okay, once we have calculated E1, now we can go for the calculation of IA1. Therefore IA1 is equal to VA1 minus E1 by RA. VA1 was equal to 155.3 minus E1 is equal to 121.5 divided by RA is equal to 2. Okay, and it is equal to I will check on calculator.
Hello,
155. Mute yourself, please mute yourself. 16.9 ampere. Okay, now we have calculated IA1, so we can go for calculation of T1. T1 is equal to K into IA1, which is equal to 1.9337 into 16.9. okay, into 1.9337, 32.6679 means 32.68 Newton meter. Okay, this is the calculation for part 1. Now we can go for calculation of part 2. In second part, they ask for calculation of speed. What is the value of speed? E2 is equal to what? If alpha 2 is again equal to 60 degree and T is equal to 20 Newton meter. Okay, 1 minute. To solve such problems, okay, always remember which quantity they are asked, and to calculate that quantity, which formula we have to use. Okay, so for calculation of speed, okay, we always go for what? Ratios. Okay, means what? E2 by ER is equal to, 1 minute, E2 by ER is equal to N2 by NR. Okay, this formula we can go, okay, where ER is known, NR is known, E2 is unknown, this is unknown. So for calculation of N2 we have to calculate E2 first, where E2 is equal to, we can use this formula, VA2 minus IA2 RA. Okay, this formula we can use, where VA2 we have already calculated. Okay, for because the firing angle is the same, VA2 will be equal to what? The same formula, Vm by pi into 1 plus cos alpha. Again here alpha is same, equal to 60 degrees. So VA2 is equal to VA1 is equal to 155.3 volts. So VA2 is known. We have to calculate IA2. Okay, so we can't use the current equation. Okay, the current equation, voltage equation, the back chem equation is the same. Okay, so we have to go for other equation, since T2 is equal to K into IA2. Therefore IA2 is equal to T2 by K. Okay, T2 they have given, T2 they have given, this is the T2 equal to 20 Newton meter, 20 Newton meter, and K we have calculated already, which was I think equal to 1.9337. Okay, so we can get the value of IA2 equal to 10.3627. okay, this is the value of IA2. Once we have calculated IA2, okay, we can go for calculation of E2, okay, by using this formula. Therefore E2 is equal to VA2 means, 1 minute, VA2 is equal to 155.3 minus IA2 is equal to 10.3627 into RA is equal to 2. Okay, when you solve it, you can get the value equal to 134.5791. Okay, 91 volts. Okay, therefore now we can go for this calculation of speed. E2 by ER is equal to N2 by NR. Therefore N2 is equal to E2 by ER into NR. Okay, E2 we have calculated equal to 134.5791 divided by ER, which I have already calculated, was equal to 194.4 into NR they are given equal to 960 RPM. Okay, by solving this you will get the value of speed is equal to 664.5881 rpm, and when you multiplied it by 2 pi by 60 into n2, you will get the value is equal to, I will solve it, 664.5881 into 2 into pi divided by 60, 69.60, 69.6 radian per sec. Okay, please go through the video lectures, okay, and solve for yourself, okay, then only you can get the idea. Okay, just they have such problems have calculations. You have to remember the speed equation, okay, critical speed equation, okay, then only you can able to solve such a problems.